Hello, hello, my Friday night friends. Here we go. And here we are for Friday Night Scrapbooking. Welcome, welcome, my Friday night friends. Okay. Um, oh my goodness. Okay, we've got a question right up front from Christine, and she's asking about my photo folders. Yes, they've been a hot topic this past week. And is the paper that's used acid-free and archival paper? Why don't we just get that out of the way? And yes, the answer is yes. So the printer and I had quite a discussion about the quality of the paper. And so I actually pay a little bit more to make sure that it is definitely acid-free, actually lignin-free, because lignin is what yellows everything. And it is an archival paper. So thanks for the question and welcome everyone. Liz and Christine K, Carolyn, Shirley, Mary, Chris, hello, Deb, welcome. I am excited about tonight. Hi, Sandy, and hi, Sue and Victoria. Renee's here, Jean's here. I just, we got lots to do tonight. I want to sit here and say hello to absolutely everyone. But if you are new here, I would love to know that. And just say, yeah, me, I'm new. So I can try to catch you and say hello, because I always like to see I see a lot of all my familiar friends and all those wonderful names that you enjoy as much as I do joining in on these Friday nights. But also, if you're new, I'd love to hear about it. So let's see. Gwen is here, Sherry's here, Wendy, Mary B, Tiffany, Shannon, hello. Okay, and I should say, if you have a question, be sure to put that magical Q in the chat. That does really, my eye kind of catches that on the screen, so I can answer your questions. And oh, my friend Carrie's here. Yeah. Carrie and I were talking. I'm like, Carrie, if I blow it, okay, just make a joke out of it, because I'm going to try my best. But I could always just blow it because we're here live. That's the way things go, right? So tonight, as Carrie mentioned, holy smokes, we are going to do some easy, fast scrapbook pages. And I am hoping to finish 10 of those pages. So I'm going to do 5 2-page layouts before we end our live stream tonight. Now, if I hit the 2-hour mark and I'm not done, we're just going to call it good. Okay. But if I get done early, that's even better. We're just going to have to see. I thought, you know what? I just want to challenge myself. And I'll tell you a little bit about that when I switch over to my desk. But I wanted to challenge myself on getting back to some simple, easy pages. And it's not that that's the only type of page I like to do, but when I'm looking at my bookshelf and going, wow, I have how many, I'm counting the albums on my bookshelf that I need to finish. Sometimes it just makes sense to go back to a very simple strategy. And I'm going to talk through my strategy. You're going to see me use it 5 times on 5 2-page spreads tonight. Okay. It's the same I've always talked about. It's kind of my signature strategy: color blocks, embellish with purpose, and a grid format for my photos. So that's it. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. Wish me luck, you guys. All right. So I do have a lot of children. Yes, Sue. Happy Friday, everyone. So good to see you guys here. And Joanne, welcome. It is your first live. Welcome, welcome from here on the West Coast with me. Way awesome. Okay, yeah, it's just the sun is just starting to go down, and it's a little cloudy outside. So we're expecting some rain, which I'm gonna love over the weekend. Okay. Hello, Debbie. Yes, yes. Welcome, everyone. Okay, I do have a little bit of housekeeping that I do want to talk about. And yeah, welcome all the newcomers. Yeah, Paige is like, I love long ones. Please do long ones. Yes, I've heard you guys say that. Okay, Susan says I can do it. All right, I hope so. So before we jump in, I want to share with you, I got my box today with the new, this is called, what is this called? The new collection, the new Passport to Adventure. Thank you. It's got a stick in the head. I haven't looked at it enough yet. The new Passport to Adventure. I'm going to share that with you. Just a quick little preview. But before we do that, I do want to kind of share just a couple things. And one is, I feel like I need to address the elephant in the room. Okay, so have you guys heard that saying? So the elephant in the room. I really want to, you guys know what I'm talking about. One of my philosophies is to always do the best I can with, however I can. But I also want you to know kind of a little bit about my thinking. And the elephant is in the room is this, that I changed things up, right? I did. I have a first and third Friday for this Friday Night Scrapbooking. Today, anyone is welcome to join. It will be on my YouTube channel for you to watch and rewatch at your convenience. But I did change things up as far as the third Friday of the month is now an invitation only Friday Night Scrapbooking. And I know that ruffled a few feathers. and so I wanted to address that because I don't like just ignoring the elephant in the room, right? So I wanted to address that. I've had a lot of feedback and, a lot of you that said, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not going to be able to participate. I really want to participate, but I'm an advisor and I'm this and I have an advisor, or I am a personal use advisor. And I completely understand that, but I hope you can also understand that I really need to take care of my customers and my team. That said, there was a lot of questions about, well, what about your shop? Because you guys know I have my Scrap Some Joy shop on my website, which has my exclusives like photo folders we were just talking about, as well as some retired products. And I have some of you who really love shopping there. And then I also have my Creative Memories customers and team members. So the wonderful, fabulous Carrie is working with me to try to extract the data from my shop, from my Scrap Some Joy shop. So before this coming Friday, I am hoping to add another category, which is a VIP category for my Scrap Some Joy shop customers. And I'm hoping that's going to make some of you happy. So if you've taken my classes and you've shopped there and you go, well, I really support you, Lauren, I really want to be part of that invitation, I'm hoping this is a way that I can, kind of allow that in my bubble. Okay. So, but it has to be at a VIP status because I get too many kind of one-off shoppers to just open that up to anyone. So stay tuned. That's coming. And in the meantime, I just also want to let you know that, so here's those qualifications at the moment. So like I said, I want to add a fourth category, which is you're a VIP for my Scrap Some Joy shop. And I'm pretty sure the target area is going to be around 550 because I do give so many goodies when you shop with me on my shop. So that's going to be around a 550 spend in the last year. for the VIP shop. And so in that whole wonderful a ball, I want to also just say, remember, if you've ordered with me in the last month, you will get an invitation. So even if you just do a one-off order, you will get that invitation. And I will be starting, the last time I went back all the way to December 1st, all the way up to like January, the third Friday in January. So now what I'm going to do is just go on a 30-day basis. And I'm going to pull all the orders in the last 30 days and give that a separate email invitation from my Creative Memories website. If you're a VIP, I just want to let you know that, hold on, I've got to get the right screen. Where is it? Here it is. If you're, no, that's not, that's just my background. Okay. If you're a VIP, I have been working on, and I've kind of mentioned this a couple times, I've been working on a VIP perks area to my website. So if you were on that Friday, you are probably going to go, well, but Lauren, you promised us stuff. Yes, I did promise you stuff. I promised you the word art cut files. So this is my handwriting, and yes, you guys said you liked that. So I have now started a VIP page on my website that you will be getting an email for. So if you've already hit that 500 mark in the last year, I'm going to email you hopefully tomorrow the link, and I will be putting a password on this page. So you will need the link and the password to get these downloads. So you can see right now I have the 4 that we've talked about, the 3 for the title page, and then the January for the January month. And then the replay, I'm just going to make it easy. This is just a link to that invitation only live stream. Now, the reason I'm doing this is kind of twofold: to have you give you one place that you can go to get all this stuff for our project. But also, if anybody hits that goal with me as a customer, you're going to be able to go here and catch up on everything. So it's kind of a win-win, hopefully, that you guys who are already VIPs, you're going to have immediate access to that. But then also, anyone who is coming in, kind of as a new customer, then you'll be able to get that as well. I am just trying to find the right button to push here. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, 500 is pretty easy to spend in an entire year, right, Paige? So I agree. So I'm going to pull all the way back because I can do these queries. And anybody in the last year, I'm just going to do that. So woohoo, yeah, Cinda's like, I'm a VIP. All right, so hopefully that's going to make it easy for you to get your goodies that we've been talking about for those projects. So yeah, and Belinda, I know I feel like I do share a lot of things for free, and I still continue to post videos and tutorials and different things, but it just felt so cozy and so warm to have my customers and my team members on that invitation only. I just really enjoyed that last Friday. So thank you for your input on that. And hopefully that's just going to be a way I can kind of take care of everybody in that bubble. And I should mention I've also had a lot of inquiries. I know this is all the housekeeping. It's already 15 after, so we got to hurry. But I should mention I've had some inquiry, and people say, Lauren, I'm an advisor, but my upline is home office. I don't have an actual person as an advisor. Can I transfer to your team so I can be part of all of this? Absolutely. And so I want to say a big welcome to everyone who has recently joined my team. You guys know who you are off the top of my head. It's Amy and Lynn and Oh, I'm going to have to get all the other names, but thank you for, I'm so excited to have you on board. And if you want to transfer to my team, that is such an easy thing to do. If you're with home office, I don't want to take anybody from an advisor if you already have an advisor. And here's the thing, if you are also enjoying a particular advisor and their content or their workshops, and you're with home office, you might want to consider transferring and supporting that advisor and their business. So thank you for those of you who've done that. But anyone, it's just an email to customer service if you are with home office. So I should just mention that. So thank you for those inquiries. My team is always open. My doors are open. I am not a high pressure advisor, as a lot of you can attest to. If you're on my team and you're here tonight, you just say, there's Lynn. Lynn just joined. And so it's so good to see you guys. I'm not high pressure. I trust you to come to me because my business keeps me really busy. So if you need help, that's it. Yes. And for those of us as hobbyists, and we do not have an upline, if we ask you to be, okay, we were just talking about, I'm just seeing your question, Annette. Does that give us the golden ticket? Yes, it does. You are then part of my team, so you get the golden ticket, Annette. So thank you for that question. And once again, like I said, I don't want to, if you have an advisor, this is not my intention at all to say transfer, but if you are with home office, they actually do encourage you to find an upline. And I know some people are a little scared about that, like, oh, she's going to, come after me. But let me assure you, that's not me. So anyhow, there's support if you want it, but otherwise we just have a good old time. So, just wanted to let you know. And Carrie says she can attest to that. She loves being on my team. And I love that you're on my team. I'm so excited, so blessed with all of you guys. So, and Shelly says the same thing. and I understand a lot of you just want to get your product at the best price. So, I totally understand that. Okay, so I hope I addressed the elephant in the room. If you have any more questions about that, you can let me know. So, Renee, there actually is on my website a little button. Let me see if I can do a screen share again. That gives you, let me just pop over here. This is just, I don't want to spend a lot of time here, but if you go to my website, if you go to join my Creative Memories team, I would really encourage you. This is a great place to start because it goes over a lot of the details. So it gives you what the join offer is. It gives you the chart for receiving your commission. And then I also have a video for you to watch that was a great Q&A because there was a lot of really good questions that were asked, especially about taxes. And then I also have a FAQ section. And so I would definitely read through all of this on my website. And then also there is a lot of people ask questions about taxes. So as an advisor, just know that there's a threshold, and I would definitely click on this link right here about taxes. This one that says information. You can find more information here. That's going to open up in a new screen and kind of give you a little more information about what Creative Memories looks at as income and how you get that. So definitely just pop on over there, take a look at that, and then reach out to me, Lauren at Craft Some Joy, if you have any questions. How about that? Okay, so there is also another announcement. I'm so excited. So where are my Canadian and my Australian friends? Where are my Canadian and Australian friends? Ellen, welcome. Yes, Ellen is another newbie to my team. So welcome, Ellen. I'm so glad you're here. Save the date. My Canadian and international friends, please save the date. International Shipping Day. So many of you have wanted to get a hold of some of the things in my shops, especially exclusives. And so I have set aside the day for international folks. What I would like you to do, it's going to be February 24th. And yes, there we go. Some of my up north friends. If you're interested, here's the thing I found out about international shipping. It really is just based on location. And so there's not a one size fits all category for you guys, where I can do that in the US and I can say it's either a flat rate envelope or a flat rate box. It just doesn't work that way for Canadian or for Australian shipping. So my assistant and I have set that day aside where we will take your orders, we will pull them, we'll put them in the best box we can find, and we will give you a quote for what that shipping would cost to get to you. So I hope all my up north friends, my Australian friends, and anyone else who is looking for international shipping, that is what I can offer you, because I do know so many of you have asked, and I just I hate to have to keep saying no to you. Okay, so we're going to just do that. You give me an emailed list. It will be first come, first serve on the emailed list. So what you could do is go into my shop and then put everything in your basket and take a screenshot and then email me that if that works, or you can just type up a list. Okay, so yay, yes. Okay, all my hopefully you guys have got your questions answered. I see some back and forth, so thank you all for that. Okay, I just also, I know this is taking a little longer than usual, but I do want to say a quick thank you. Also, let me swap on over here to Vicky T. And I want to just say a super big thank you to Vicky. She sent some happy mail to me. And here is some trivia, because I have to say, I don't know if Vicky's here tonight, but she stumped me. She absolutely stumped me. And I'm wondering if any of you have seen this or know what this is. Okay. Kind of interesting, but Vicky was very inspired. She sent me the cutest little envelope album with all these wonderful stories about her craft room redo and how inspired she was, and how she feels so good that now that things are organized, she can really make so much more progress on her projects. But in that box was this. Has anyone ever seen this? I've never seen this. You absolutely stumped me. So she goes, oh, this is a Creative Memories album. And I'm like, what? I've never seen this before. And it is called, okay, Vicki, what was it called? I think it's in the back. It's a Centurion album. I'm going to have to share that with you. Okay, look, I have never laid eyes on this album ever before. So if anybody knows where this came from, I mean, look at it says Creative Memories. If anybody knows where this came from, please give me the history. Even if you're watching this on replay, let me know. I'm so curious, because I've never seen this album. I had Webway albums way in, long ago, before that was the parent company, the Antioch company to Creative Memories back in the day. But I have never seen this gorgeous album. I mean, the pages are almost like watercolor paper. They're just amazing. So, Vicki, a big thank you, huge thank you. And this is just fun. I'm going to have to figure out what to do with this. And also, I'm just so curious where it came from. So, the The chat is quiet. I think you've stumped us all. How about that? Okay. So I wanted to, in front of me, I just want to give you a sneak peek. I ripped my box open as soon as my UPS delivery guy came in. I'm like, George, thank you. One of these boxes has the magic ticket in it. He's like, oh, really? I go, well, yeah, for me. So it had the new travel collection in it. So I just kind of wanted to share this with you. I know Noreen gives some great in detail videos so that we can, get more ideas of what to do with it. But I do want to just say it's my first time taking a look at it. I got all the little embellishment packs, the brochure sleeves. I am just thrilled that these brochure sleeves are back. And then I already took my project, all the pieces to it, and tucked it in one of the sleeves. And there are so many just fun ideas for how to use all these different things. And the palette is really beautiful for this collection. And there's some really nice neutrals in here. And I love it. It's, planes, trains, let's see, planes, trains, automobiles, and ships all accounted for in the little graphic icons. So super fun I'm sure if you followed some of Noreen's videos, you've seen all the different things already because she gets these products so much faster than we do that you can do with it. So I'm going to have some fun playing with this and finding some photos to go along with it. But I just wanted to give you a quick little tour of the new products. And here's those new stamps. So looks so fun, doesn't it? All right. So this is now available. You can shop for that with right on the Creative Memories website and get your own collection. Okay, I'm going to turn on a little extra light since we're on the desktop now. Hopefully that'll help with some of the shadows. And we are going to jump in to paper packs. I know, me too. The colors are really great. Yes. And Renee, I know you like the tab punch. I love this punch. I'm going to show you some things. I was hoping to have my new product. I'll talk about that as I'm scrapping tonight to tell you about, but unfortunately it's delayed a little bit. And I'll get into that as we start scrapping. But check out the new collection. It looks really fun to play with. Okay, what time is it? Okay, so almost right at 5:30. I know that was a lot of, we had chit chat to talk, to get through this in the beginning. But here's the thing. Let's dive right in to simple pages and kind of how I decided to do this challenge. So this is my 2008 family book. It's been up on the bookshelf, and I was going through some of these not too long ago. I have a 2007, 8, and 9 are kind of still in process. And when I was working on these books, I was really kind of in my simplistic mode. So I was very much using my traditional philosophy, color blocks, snap to grid, put your photos in a grid, and then just embellish with purpose. I wasn't using sketches. I wasn't paying attention to, all the design things that we can do with our scrapbooks. I was really just focusing on simple pages and getting my photos in. So when I started looking at this, I was realizing I had a lot of blank pages in here. And I thought, oh my gosh, I need to finish that. But I didn't want to go into, I wanted to continue in the same vein that I was doing this. So I'm going to do a little flip through so you can start getting the feel of this book. Now, I started this a long time ago. So some of these collections are no longer available. And actually, this is a vintage Valentine layout from old CM. But you can see I just have been focusing on blocks of color, strips of paper, grouping photos together, telling the story, and moving on, and kind of going on. If any of you are my OMFL, go back and follow me from Our Memories for Life. You'll know these are some of my designs from way back then, as well as these. So that's where those came from, way back with Our Memories for Lifetime. So that's how, when I actually did these pages, some of these are from way back. But you can see how it's just a simple formula: blocks, big blocks of color, grouping photos, just kind of using those extra spaces to put the embellishments, okay, in those little extra corners. So we're really not focusing on, miter cutting and wallpapering pages or anything like that. I am using black pages. I really do love the black scrapbook pages. And I do work in my album when I scrap this way, because there's a lot of extra space, as you can see. And so I just adhere right down to the scrapbook page, and you can see there's a lot of black space, right? There's a lot of empty space. So there's a couple empty pages. And then this was one I did actually from a sketch. This is the only one so far in here that was from a sketch I think I was following. But then I just went right back into the same type of pages. Okay, so you can kind of see how that is going in my album. And I think I had a couple, so, I'm like, oh, I want to use Super Duper Boy. So I did that. And then this was a Halloween layout. So you can see that's it. That's all I've done. They're not all journaled, so they don't all have page protectors on them. But that was the style that I had started this album in. And oh, Carrie, you're so sweet. It was a while ago. Yeah. So the designing, but so here's what I want to start with is you can the reason why I feel like I can knock pages out and continue in this book is because of, first of all, you do have to be organized. You have to be organized and kind of have an idea of where you're going. And so one of the first things I highly recommend is the album map. And if you're a POP member, if you've heard me talk about POP, or if you're an Album in a Day, last year, or, way back. Yeah, when was that, Carrie? It was a while ago. But Album in a Day, this came with Album in a Day as well. The album map is a tool that I come back to over and over and over again. And so you can see this is actually my 2008 album map. And what I should mention is that there's also kind of trackers that I use as I'm rolling through my photos to kind of go, okay, these are the different categories. These are the moments that I want to keep track of. Have I selected them? Have I printed them? This is going through a refresh, and this coming Pop Crop, which is not this Saturday, but a week from Saturday, I am going to dive into really some more juicy organization and how we use these trackers, how we can work on a workflow process. Because to me, the workflow, how we're inundated. I realized back here, I took so many pictures because those darn kids were so cute. Not nearly as, I don't take nearly as many now, but this was in the digital age. And so I have tons and tons of photos. They're on the computer. They're not printed. So I needed to have a system of how to go through that. I'll be sharing that at the upcoming Pop Crop. So if you're interested, you don't know anything about that, just click on the link on my website as well about Pop, join the Pop community, and it goes through all of that as well. So here's my album map. You can see these two pages are Big Bear. Then it goes through Valentine's and Adam's birthday. And what I also love is being able to go, oh, done, cross that one off. That feels so good, right? Like, yes, yes, I'm done with that. I can cross it. But then as I was going through my photos, I realized, oh, I had some more photos here that I haven't scrapped. And I had another 2-page spread that I'm thinking I'll put in here. But I kind of wanted to get a feel for how many pages this album would be. Now, I also have to say, in this process, there were a lot of scout photos and soccer, tons of soccer photos from 2008. Those are not all going to necessarily be scrapped in order. You know, I would just have tons of those. So what I'm going to do is just kind of do a tribute to soccer. And I've actually included some scouts in some of the school pages that I'm going to put in here. So I'll go into more detail about this at the crop, but this gave me an idea from start to finish which pages are going to go where for this album. So then I was able to just go, all right, so my next 2 pages that I need to work on are my end of school, and they're right after my birthday. So I can flip right here, and this is another great way to organize your album. And I actually went through and put all the pages in that I'm going to need, and it's going to be a really nice sized album. So if I wanted to add more, I could, but I'm also trying to, really scrap the important things and not every photo, because I do want to finish many more albums as well. Okay, so does that make sense? I hope that kind of gives you, this is the pre-work that I did in order to get to the point where I can scrap tonight and really make it move quickly. Okay, so the next step I did was, once I knew which pages, I picked out 5 2-page spreads that I wanted to create with you here tonight. And I made little page kits. And these are the Power Simple sleeves that have the side opening. Am I saying it the right one? There's so many different sleeves now. The Mama Bear sleeves. You guys know that one, right? Mama Bear sleeves with the side opening. And so I created 5 different page kits. And I kind of thought a little bit about which collection I wanted to go with my photos. So again, in the process, I used my photo folders to decide, to group my photos and put these in here. These were printed. So I printed these, and then I put my photo folder pouch in with the collection that I wanted to use with those photos. So I have 5 of those ready to go. And then we're just going to kind of jump in to the process and kind of show you the next steps. So like I said, the next one is my end of school. And this is my end of school. It says end of school on my pouch. And I decided to use the, what is this called? Sunflower Fields collection for these 2 pages. So I know I can scrap directly in my album because I have my map and I know exactly what comes next. So let's jump in and get started. I'm going to try to keep an eye on the chat, but I may have to come back and look at that once I get going, because we are going to get these pages done tonight. Okay, so first, I've got my photos organized in this way. When I printed, I did use my folders that these photos are going to go on the left side, and then these photos are going to go on the right side. So as I was going through my pictures, I was realizing that some of these I kind of wanted to group into a theme page. So this was kind of towards the end of the school year. I was on participating with my kids in different activities. Some of it was the actual last day of school, but these were similar. So I wanted to bring those together in this layout, in this 2-page spread, rather than kind of piecemealing it on different pages. So that's one nice thing also I'll say about being behind is that you can kind of go through and just, you know, have a better perspective of what you want to use as far as photos go, and then also how you're going to organize your album. So what I did is I went ahead when I was printing and I kind of laid these out, and I thought, okay, I've got that one, I've got this one, I've got this, so that's got to go in a peekaboo pocket. Whenever I think that I'm going to put something in a peekaboo pocket, I usually do photos back to back like this, and that's just a little reminder to me to save space and use a peekaboo pocket. So then I've got this one and this one. So I've got all the kids accounted for, some different activities they were doing towards the end of the year. So I wanted kind of a neutral collection that would bring out some of these colors in the photos. So I decided the sunflower fields had great colors and kind of worked well with these photos, and especially the little sunflowers. So I pulled a few sheets that I thought would work, and then we're just going to kind of jump in and start looking at how to use these colors as blocks and where are they going to go on the page. So again, this is, if you're here tonight for a fancy page, you're not going to get it. These are simple pages. Simple, but finished and fun. And, you know, kind of in a typical classic style. So I'm going to get my trimmer out, and then I'm going to need to chop some of these down. So when I print, I'm just going to scoot this up here. I also, if I know a photo's, I pay attention. I don't just print 4x6 because I know sometimes I need the smaller 4x4s or even smaller photos, but this is how I print. I just, you know, to save ink, I put it as a 4x4 square and then just trim it off after it's printed. Okay, so these are kind of, as I mentioned, I've got some Girl Scout stuff, kind of intermixed, Scout stuff intermixed in with the school things. So all of those look good. The only thing over here, I'm going to need to just trim this down a little bit. I think I'm going to trim it down to 5 just so that it fits over here pretty easily. So that's it. I love this process for another reason, and then that is it really focuses on your photos, because that's the first thing I go to. Number one thing, my photos. There they are. They're trimmed, ready to go. Then the second thing is the blocks of color. So for these, I actually really loved this brown kind of tweedy paper because it, to me, kind of pulls in all the brown in the shirts and the different colors, and it's a nice neutral. So what I typically do, and some of you know this is my standard thing, is I cut the paper a half inch bigger than my photos. So this is going to be 4.5. So what I want to do is have a block of color behind these strips over here. So I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to do a 4.5 inch brown strip that's going to first get laid down. Oh, now I do need to mention, these are the old size pages, so I am going to have to cut a 1/2 inch off everything on these 12-inch papers. Anyone feel my pain? Anyone else working on these older pages? But you just need to trim that 1/2 inch off, and then everything fits. Okay, so that already gives me a little bit of color to start in the background there. Okay, now, like I said, this is going to go in a peekaboo pocket. So let me go ahead and grab my box of those. And when I'm working directly on scrapbook pages, you know, we have a choice on where we're going to put these peekaboos, right? So what I like to do when I'm working directly on the page is I kind of typically will put my peekaboos on one of the sides so that I can go ahead and put those on and not have to wait for my page protector to go on. Although, you know, we'll see. Tonight I might have to just keep the pocket loose until I get my page protector on, and then it will have to go on top. So, you know, I have a whole video on all the different ways to use peekaboo pockets, but this one actually is now upside down. So I'm going to turn that around. So there's a lot of different ways on how to attach your peekaboos to your page. So now I have that. This is going to be under, and I've got these right here ready to go on that strip. Okay, now in the Sunflower Fields collection, there was also some great matte cards. And I was looking at these. I'm not sure if I'm going to maybe bring in some yellow because of this awesome yellow shirt, but pretty simple there. And then I need to bring some brown over on this side. So there's two ways we can approach that. We can, I don't know if this is the same strip that was left over. Or, oh no, it's over here. Here's my other strip. So I could go across the whole, the other side and just have kind of the same thing. Or I could take another strip and go down. So either way, it just kind of depends on, you know, how we want to add these colors into the pages. So actually I'm kind of liking this strip going across and this one perhaps going down. And these, because I have two, these actually have to go in a peekaboo pocket as well. So I think I'm going to put these over here, and that's going to go in a 4x4, which now we have as part of our line. So great. And this one, actually, I might wait and adhere to the top of the page protector. So I may just keep this loose and slide those in. So you can see now I have those in there. These were the three of us were the leaders for Audrey's Girl Scout troop. So it's fun having a photo of my buddies in there. And then you can see this is kind of starting to come together. Just blocks of color, super simple. But I feel like I'm kind of missing something. It's a little flat. So I need to bring some green in. There's so much green in this, and I love this green plaid. So again, what I'm going to do is just simple blocks of color and cut this one at 4.5 again. So I don't, like I said, I'm not using sketches. I'm not using any fancy measurements. It's just based on kind of what would give a nice background to my photos. So already, oh, I'm going to have to do that ½ inch again. Okay, hold on. Let me get that ½ inch off. Already, though, you can almost see how those colors are kind of adding to the layers of this layout. Still keeping everything super simple. Okay, now I'm feeling in this layout, I still need a little more punch. And I was looking at the sunflower paper, even though there's nothing sunflowerish in here. It's okay. I like the colors because it's bringing in the yellow from this side, and it's got that little touch of green as well. So this little strip is just a 1-inch strip, and it was in my scraps, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to grab that and add that as a little pop of color. So now you can already see that's really the beginning and end of my page. It's that simple. So, and I know some of you might be going, well, that's super simple, Lauren, but once we get everything down, you can see that it does still give you opportunity to add your touches. But the main thing is that you're really not fussing with, you know, all these different cuts and, you know, trying to follow directions on how to make your pictures fit a certain layout. Okay, so I'm just going to make this go across here. I'm going to add this photo. Let's see. This is actually, I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. And I like sticking the adhesive, I'm going to just pull this up for a sec, under the strip, but right against the side of that page. So I may have to add a little more adhesive back on there. So that way, when I slide the page protector on, that's just going to fold right over the top. Okay, then where was my other photo? It's going to go right here. And I think one of the things that makes this type of scrapbooking appeal to me and makes it even easy is that there are so many beautiful stickers and embellishments and add-ons, right? Mats, different things that it's pretty easy to pump up the decorative even with a very, very simple base page like this. So I'm going to look at this and go, do I like that one? Do I like this one? Oh, that one's kind of cute too. I think I kind of like this one. It's not quite as bright. And I love that Ellen is just having so much fun laughing. This was her fifth grade promo party at school. So I'm going to just tuck that right in up top and line that right up against that brown. And then this one doesn't, I'm okay that it doesn't have a backing. It's going right down on the page. Whoops. Again, just kind of leaving little eye lines, we call them, little gutters around all these different pieces. Okay, so now we're moving over here. Let's go ahead and get this block of color down. And sometimes if I have scraps, like I think this was just an extra piece, I'll just use it. You know, maybe it's a little bigger than my pictures, but it doesn't always have to be that 4.5 wide. Sometimes I vary the size of my blocks. Here we go. Okay. And then we're going to add this right in here. I'm going to trim this down just a smidge because, like I said, I think that paper's just a little bit wide. Just as a hair. So that it kind of fits in that space. There we go. All right. Now, let's add this green. Oh, let's see. I think I want to put the sunflower down first. Just that little pop of color. Just adds a fun little thing. If you really wanted to get creative, you could add the sunflower border punch as well. But like I said, I'm keeping my pages really, really simple tonight. Just layers and blocks. Okay, so Audrey's going to go on here. Right here. And this was one of Adam's buddies from school. I just happened to catch them at lunch when I was on campus one day. And that was kind of fun. I don't think he knew I took his picture. So, and did I forget to, no, I did trim this one, didn't I? Yeah, I trimmed that. Okay. So you can see that there's just layers now kind of coming together. The brown, the sunflower, the black base page, the green, the little pop of green. And that's really how I keep things moving along for this type of page. So this one, like I said, I'm going to have to wait until my page protector is on so that I can put it on top of my page protector and flip it up. So it's going to be like I did on Eric's page. Let me see here. I left this so you could see. So the page protector is actually already on the page. And so these two little peekaboo pockets are just on top of the page protector. So you can flip them there. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do here. And then we need to add a few little finishing touches. So we have some really awesome stickers in this collection. And then the Okay, I just had the title in my head. Okay, help please. Is it Everyday Moment? I can't remember what these are called. It's like a little embellishment pack, and it has, okay, you guys have to help me. It has some of these words in it, but I keep them with the sunflower fields because I feel like the colors go really well with this collection. And I thought that this year to remember, actually, this looks really good down here with Ellen. So this was her last day, so we can use that. Oh, days well spent, something like that. That might be the name of it. It's just a little kind of add-on embellishment pack. And let's see, I do have my rectangles out here too. So let's see. Let's see, thankful for this moment. I do like this sticker, so I think I'll add that on a little shape. And there's some sunflowers. So I also, the layered sunflowers, these I kind of keep in this collection as well because I feel like it goes kind of, you know, the whole theme here. But there's also a lot of really nice sunflowers on the sticker strip as well. They're a little different feel, but I think this time I'm going to use these little layered sunflowers. They look kind of cute. Okay, so I'm going to just add this on here. So once I get everything on, I just kind of look for the area that I just feel like I want to add just a little smidge. And so I like this little cluster here. We can add this little cluster over here and do this a year to remember. Add a little sunflower here. And I'm not going to say that this is absolutely 100% done. When I go back, what I do is I call it installing the basics, the base of my pages. So I've got my blocks of color, some embellishments, my peekaboo pockets, but I don't do my journaling. I like to do my journaling all together. And so when I go back and do that finishing touch, so I'm going to put my journaling under here, I'll take another quick look and go, is there anything else? Like, do I want another little cluster up here? Or, you know, is there anything else that's just come out that will just add, you know, that little pop before I slide the page protector on, right? So that's kind of my process, but I kind of do like those little sunflowers up there. And that's it. So what's left? I might use the strip journals to add a little strip journaling over here. And then I also have this area under here to add a little bit of journaling. So that's it. My first 2 pages finished. And that's the process of getting those simple pages done. Okay, I'm going to come to the chat in just a second. And you can let me know if there's, I'll try to check in for the questions. Yeah, so there's actually, I forgot to see if there's any other stickers, but I can always come back. Yeah, love all of this. Oh, so much fun. Yeah, so much fun. So much fun. I don't know, where's so much fun gonna go? I need to put so much fun in here somewhere. So much fun. Oh, maybe right there. That's cute. Sometimes I like to put stickers just right on top of those peekaboo pockets. Okay, let's tidy this one up. And you can see I used all the photos from my photo folder, which is why I put this in pencil. And now I can just erase that and use that folder again for my next project. So I talked a little bit on my tidy up tip on how I use photo folders. And there's kind of two different processes. When it's on demand printing, I love them because I can kind of organize my page and use them that way. But then I use up the pictures for the most part, right? And so that's the easy way to reuse them. But I also use them to archive and kind of store my photos. But again, I'll go into that in a little more detail in the pop crop. Now, one of the things I'll just mention right now, so done, okay? Let's see, how do we do? Oh, almost half an hour. I got to speed it up. One of the things I'll mention is that I have actually started falling in love and once again with the tab punch. And I have been using that tab punch for my peekaboo pockets. And so that's another thing I may go back and add. And my little product that I wanted to share, some of you had eagle eyes and you've seen them before, but do you see these cute little stickers? So I've got some artwork that I've done called sentiment stickers. I am just waiting on what would you call the actual product. I had to test so many different brands until I got one that I liked, that was very versatile. Some of these only work well on white, but I found a product that you can print on. I print with my laser printer, so it's archival. And they're going to be all these fun little sentiments that you can use. You can see I've already been playing with them, that you can use on the tabs. And they're all sized to fit perfectly on our tab punch. So stay tuned. This is coming. My order should be here next week for the stickers that I decided to use. But that is one of my latest fun things that I've been working on. And so if you have purchased the I Hope album, it's the same thing, where you just cut it apart and put it down wherever you want it. And so it's my next go in that series of being able to have things that you can just add to your pages. The reason I'm loving this, and so I'm the guinea pig I test for myself, is it's so much less messy than stamping. And so I've had a lot of people that said, Lauren, can you teach us how to stamp? Stamping is such a multi-step process to add to your albums. And I feel like sometimes that also slows me down and hinders my how quickly I can get things done. But if I can just cut and stick a sticker on there and it looks cute because the font is really cute, then I'm all good with that. So you can see, you can put them, this one says lift, you can put them on stickers, on the tabs, on all kinds of places for the peekaboo pockets. I'm not sure if I have any others in here just yet. But when I have them available, I'll give you a full tour of how to use those. Okay, so here it is. We've got our next 2 pages done. Where's my sheet? Where's my sheet? I want to cross them off. End of school. Okay, got to cross those 2 off. I'm going to skip the next 2 pages because I don't have those photos printed at the moment. But this was the year I got a very special gift for my birthday. These 2 little girls right here. And that was part in my camera roll when I was going through my photos. I had a lot of these little girls right here and the kids with them and just so many cute pictures. So I decided I had plenty of space because I did my album map that I'm going to have a 2-page spread of just the puppies. But I need to go back and print all of those, which I haven't done yet. Okay, so we're going to move along. We've got Eric's birthday, which you can see is finished. And then we're going to jump into the next 2 pages. So I'm actually going to have to take this page protector off. But the reason, again, I had it on there was to put the peekaboo pockets on there so you can see they're just kind of there. And I'm going to flip this over. And the next 2 we are going to do is with Las Palmas. So some fun pool time photos. But before, I'm going to just pull that out. But before we do that, let me just run in to the chat. Okay. Let's see. Hello from Puerto Rico. Carrie, did I miss anything? Oh, let's see. If Donna joins now, can she see all the pop crops going back? Oh yeah, going back to day one. Yes. And let me see. I think we're up to 2 years worth of 4-hour crops. So it's a lot of video to watch. And we're still in the process of documenting and archiving. I'm trying to make that a little easier to search for different topics. That's still in process, but the whole archive is in the member area of all the past crops. Yes, the reruns are available. Okay. Yes. Okay. Oh, good. So Katie says her photo folders just arrived. Yay. Do you put titles on simple pages? So sometimes, yes, sometimes I do. Like if you see my Easter pages, I did the video. Guess what? I used my yellow ABC stickers because I could get to them fast. So yes, sometimes I do a title. Sometimes it'll be a cut title. Sometimes it'll just be stickers. But yep. This one is kind of a multi, it's, the end of the school year. So I don't really have a title that's popping out at me. Okay, so let's see, where were we? We were going to do after Eric. We were doing this. Okay. And embellish and journal later. Jennifer does the same thing. I love that. Okay. I don't always map my photos, Carlene. I use blocks of color and it speeds up the process just like that. Okay. So these are some water fun pictures. So I thought the summer collection, this one is, what is this one? Sweet Summer. Sweet Summer would be a fun one to use. Again, I know I just did a couple pages with this, but we're going to jump back in there. If you have more questions, I am just going to kind of keep rolling because I got pages to do, friends, and I will hopefully be able to come back if I missed your question or just pop it in again now toward the end of the chat. And if it's a burning question, pop it in there again, and I will try to answer you. But we got pages to make. Okay, so the Sweet Summer, you can see, has some awesome color choices in here, and there's also some really light polka dots and some popsicle sticks and some clouds. So out of this collection, I wanted the more vibrant prints. So you can see that's one of the first things I do when I look at a collection. I'll look at my photos and then I'll say, okay, what am I going to pull in to complement these? And you can already see how the colors are just starting to kind of bounce off all the water and the pool and the inner tubes and all that good stuff. So really, this is going to be that bold, fresh, kind of vibrant look on these pages. So these are some that I thought I would need to use. Now, the other thing you see I kind of stuck in my pocket was a 6x12 peekaboo because there were so many cute photos. Now, I could have switched and done this as a 2-page spread, but I really love using peekaboo pockets and keeping everything condensed into a 2-page layout. So I'm going to start again by placing my photos down first and then going in and deciding kind of where the color is going to go, those pops of color. So some of these photos I decided to leave in the full 4x6, but once again, I printed a lot in 4x4 as well. So I'm just going to trim those out and get all my 4x4s cut down really quick here. Okay. And the thing I love about 4x4s is when you've kind of got this grid format going on, they just fit perfectly. You know, everything's just math. And so a 4x4 fits perfectly under a 4x6 vertical photo. Okay, so then we've got a lot of fun in the pool photos of the kiddos, just having a blast. So we just did a kind of a quick little summertime vacation before the kids went back to school this year. Some years we did kind of more, and other years we just had, we didn't have a pool at the main house where the kids grew up. So we would call them like pool vacations, where we would just go and swim all day. All day. That's all we did. We just were in the pool. This one was kind of fun. They had a lazy river. I don't know if any of you have done a lazy river. And you just get in the inner tube and you can just go around and around and around. It was so fun. And so relaxing. Okay, just a couple more here. And this one. Okay. So these are the photos that I've printed. We'll see if they're actually all going to get used, but let's keep going and get our next 2 pages done. So as I mentioned, this one I want to use a peekaboo pocket because I have so many fun photos. And when I was looking at them, I was thinking like, oh, this is cute. Like Eric could be one side smiling, and then I could flip it over and there he is jumping in. So I was kind of thinking like what these photos, let's see, like I have 2 of Audrey. Let's see, what do I have? I have Ellen and Adam, and then I could flip and do this. So maybe, I'm not sure if I'm going to use that photo. We'll see. And then like these all could go on the peekaboo page and do the flip over, have the other ones. So that's kind of my first go at this layout. So what I'm looking at, and I'm seeing this is a 6-inch wide peekaboo pocket, right? And these are 6-inch wide. So I'm kind of now looking at this vertical orientation for my blocks of color. So let's start with that, and then maybe we'll add some pops in here. And I do really love this icon paper. So I'm thinking we could start with this, and let's go ahead. Again, these are 6-inch, so I'm going to cut this at 6.5. Oh, I still had a little piece. Sunflower paper stuck in there. Let's see, 6.5 right here. I know I'm cutting on top of my album, but there's not a lot of space up here right now. Okay, so I have 6.5 this way, and now I can put these photos kind of back in place. I don't know, that one on the top. Already you can see how that's giving me some substance to my page. And then now what I have, actually now I have 5.5. Well, so you know that this is not going to be long enough for this pocket, but I could get another piece of paper, or I could choose to pop in a little bit of color on the edge of this. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's see what else we've got here. And let's see. Looking at my other photos. So I've got purple, and I've got, this one is all icons. I just threw it in there because I wasn't sure, but I just need a little 1/2 inch, about a little 1/2 inch. But since the flip side of, actually that's the flip side of this one. Oh, we could do that. Actually, that might work. That might be kind of fun. Okay, so the flip side of this is actually this paper, but instead of cutting another 6-inch piece, I'm just going to cut a 1/2 inch and use the flip side together. Actually, I think I'll cut it 1 inch so I can adhere it together. So I'm just going to cut a 1-inch strip and then use the leftover paper here. And that's going to be the base for what's going in my peekaboo pocket. Okay. So let me put a little bit of adhesive here on the edge. I should have my mat out. And then this is going to have to be, let me just use my peekaboo pocket as a measuring guide. So we want it to go the whole distance of this. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing right here. So I'm just kind of measuring that that's going to slide right into the peekaboo pocket. Oh, I did it on the wrong side. Ugh, that's okay. 1 second. That's why, you know, repo adhesive is good. Did it on the wrong side. Here we go. Let's try again. Put that up there and put this over here. Do I have it? Yeah. Okay. Because I want all this to look like a continuous, see how that looks continuous. Okay, so then I just have that little bit of fun little edge detail there. So now I can just start working on my cute little kiddo photos here and see which ones. I think this one and this one and this one, these three, I'm going to put on the front. And let's start getting things stuck down. So we've got this base here. Add that in. Again, just really simple blocks of color. Getting those photos in place. Right here. And then another one here. I think that there, it's going to give me a little opportunity to do some journaling or something right here. So I hope you can start seeing this really is a formula. And it takes, you know, all that, oh, I've got to decide on a sketch. Oh, which sketch? Oh, then how do I make the sketch fit my event and all of that? And not to say I love sketches. You guys know I do a lot of sketch ideas and all that good stuff. But again, I think there's a time when we want to just get our pages finished. And this is what helps with that. Okay. So these are all 4 by 4 by 4, which means there's no inside little, I found this on the web. No inside eye line, so to speak. So I'm just going to take and trim about a 1/4 inch off of here and just give a little bit of breathing room to a couple of these photos. And now we've got a little bit of the paper reveal underneath. Okay, so I like that. And I can go ahead and stick these guys down. And I'm just going to put them right in between the dark blue, kind of just lined up in between there. So let's see, got that there. See how much I have room. Okay, I think I will do Audrey also. I'm just going to do a 1/4 inch off of her as well. Just to give that little bit more paper to shine through. Okay. I love it. It's all the icons on this paper. It says, feeling hot, 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 summer, fun in the sun, relax. So many of the things we were trying to do while on vacation. Now this would be actually, now that I think about it, this would be a fun one to have a title because it was Las Palmas. So actually I'm going to scooch these down thinking about the title area, and I could do a sticker title or a cut title and kind of just tuck that right up here that says Las Palmas. Okay, so now what's fun is the flip side is kind of ready to go in the same format. So I'm going to do the same thing on these photos and just trim a little 1/4 inch off. And we have a little more space. So we had Ellen at the top, Audrey in the center, and Eric down here at the bottom. So I'm just going to have that so that when I flip that over, it's going to be, you know, kind of the flip side of each of these guys. And pop those into place as well. I have all these little goobers all over. I should have, when I took the repo adhesive off, I should have done that off the side. Okay, here we go. So something like this where I have edges on the sides of these photos, this is where I might look to, you could add a border strip detail, like with a border maker cartridge, or you could, let me see what the stickers look like. They have the border stickers. So there's this fun wave one. There was a little sunshine one. I already used up most of that. And then there's the umbrellas, but those are kind of going the wrong way. And then I also saw there was this fun laser border, and that looks really cute there too. So I don't know if I want to put this, actually I like it on the front. Let's put that on the front. And I'm going to add some repo adhesive. That just gives a fun little detail to another layer, so to speak, to this page. And I'm not quite sure why that laser is so long. Let me look at my peekaboo pocket. Do we have to trim this one down? Let's see. Looks like I have to trim it down a little bit. So I think I will just kind of pull that down there and then just get my scissors and trim that off. Okay. Usually the lasers are spot on, right? But that one needed a little extra. Okay, so now I have these ready to slide in. Actually, let's see, before I slide that in, let's see if there's a, oh, this is cute, a little soak up the sun. Little something fun. Oh, I think there was also, oh, let's see, the embellishments here. Oh, they have a really fun, oh, that would be actually a really cute title up here. So if I didn't do Las Palmas, look at that. That's fun. Summer. And there's all these fun splashes. What does this one say? Pool time. That's cute. Let's go with pool time. I'm there. So like I said, even those simple pages, once you add the, you know, just dig into the embellishments and all the fun things that they have for us, and it's cute. All of a sudden it's done and it's cute. Okay, do I want to add anything here? Maybe here I want to do, maybe I want to do soak up the sun right here. Oh, I need a layering shape, don't I? I need my circles. I'm so used to just having a little place to put things on my pages before, you know, I stick them down. There we go. I like it. Just that little separation to me is just makes everything pop a little bit more. And our stickers don't get lost on the page. So there we go. Soak up the sun. And now I can slide this in. Okay, so this is going to stick to the page there. So I want to slide it in this way. And like I said, I may, you know, when I do my journaling, I may go back, stick another sticker on, who knows. But the majority of these pages are done and complete, which is so nice. Okay, so now I have this whole peekaboo pocket that I'm going to adhere down to the side of the page. So once again, when the page protector slides on, this is just going to open up and the page protector is going to slide right over the adhesive strip. I'm having trouble getting that tucked under. There we go. There. Okay, so flip it up, slide the protector on. It's going to cover this. I also may be adding some more paper in there as well. So I've got my front pages done. Now we've got a few more fun things we can add in. So I might actually, let's see, there was, where is that summer collection? I want to see if there is a cute, yeah, here it is. Matte card that we could just pop right in there. Let's see what we've got. That one's kind of fun. Summer Top 10. That one's really cute too. This one's super cute. Sweet Summer Memories. Maybe that one. I like that. I like the orange, the pop of orange right there. And we might need another little card for journaling. So let me keep that one out. That's kind of fun. Okay. So I've got that down. I want to add a little more paper and kind of figure out where all these are going to go. So I need some color right here. I'm going to bring in the this coral paper with the lollipops. I think that's what we're going to put right here, just as a pop. And since I've only got 4 by 4s, we're going to cut this at 4.5. Okay, so let's pop this over here. 4.5. And we'll pop this down. And that's also going to help kind of hide the adhesive from the peekaboo pocket as well. Okay, so we're going to do that right here. Oh, get my other adhesive. And pop that into place right here. Now I've got a spot to add these fun pictures. And that's going to fold over. So I want these to kind of tuck in. I think I'm going to have to trim that just a little bit. I might actually do this like a banner up here. And this I think is actually going to be too big. So we'll use that. But this is kind of fun to add some splashes. Actually, maybe we'll do Dad down by the splashes. And I actually have, I was debating, I have another photo of the kids underwater, so I could switch and print that out. I wasn't sure if I needed it or not, but I could add that to this little cluster down here, and then that would be kind of fun. In the meantime, I'll just put the little splash since I don't have my printer handy. And then let's go ahead, get Audrey in place. once I have the peekaboo pocket down. And some sweet summer memories right up here. I'm going to trim that right there. Okay. And add that. Okay. I like that you have both formats. So if you need a vertical or a horizontal, you can do it. So there we have it. My next 2 pages, well, let me get summer down. I do like that summer up there. I think that's a fun title piece to kind of set the mood of these pages. It's got all the colors that we were using. It's got the dark coral that I put under here. It's got the orange from here, the greenish blues from all the wave paper. So, like I said, mostly finished here. I may go back and add a few little extra things. I don't know where I'm going to exactly do my journaling. It might be here, or I could add a photo here or do my journaling here. And just so I know they're currently out right now, but I wanted to share the journaling strips are kind of there. I'm really getting addicted to these guys now. I think they're due back in March. But it's so fun to go ahead and write on those journaling strips, and then you can just stick it down. And like this one, I did the one strip and then I kept writing and I added it to the end. And then I took the end of that, cut it, so it's actually cut right here, and then added another strip to finish my journaling. So, you could use it like this as in the length that they come, or you can kind of piece it together to make it longer. So those kind of things, to me, that would be a perfect little place I could do some strip journaling in here and do some fun things. So this might need a few more little details. We'll have to kind of come in here and see what to do about that, but that's kind of cute. But pretty much finished. So 2 more pages, like I said, simple, easy, and fast. Mary's like, I love those. I know. I think that's, everybody got addicted to them so fast, and that's why they sold out really quickly, right? Okay, let me do a little cleanup. Any questions so far? Oh yeah, and this one also, I'm not going to take all the time because I'm really trying to show you kind of the basics, but this would also be kind of fun if, you could cut something out and just tuck it in somewhere if you needed it from the icon sheet. Okay, let me put these back in. And got all this sweet summer taken care of. So let's see how many pictures. How many pictures did I put down? That was a lot, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 photos on that 2-page spread. So peekaboo pockets. Oh, and I pulled this out. I don't know, maybe that would be a fun little strip to add in there too, is a little bit of color. That might be kind of fun. In this little black strip. I kind of feel like I need to do that. Let me do that while I'm thinking about it. And just kind of fill in that spot because it feels a little out of balance actually. And let's measure it. 1 5/8. Let's see, 1 right here. See if I've got that lined up right. There we go. So you can see, oh yeah, look at that. That kind of ties all these fun colors together and adds just a little other pop of color, which is going to be under. Oh, look, you can even see a little bit of that. So I'll have to mess with those a little bit. And, well, let's see, pull this out just a smidge. So this is got a little more room next to it. I like that though, don't you? Ooh, look at the little rainbow popping out. It's so fun. So sometimes that happens, right? You think you're done and you're like, wait, let me just add just a little pop. Let me just put a little adhesive under there. I did have that picked out because I thought it would be fun part of that layout. Okay. Are you guys getting it? You getting the rhythm of this and the simplicity of this and how we work through it? So that is Las Palmas. Let's go on and do the first day of school, which is going to be the next 2 pages. All right, there we go. 4 pages. Done. All right, and I got to pick up the pace. I got 2 more 2-page spreads to do. Okay, I know. I chatted a lot in the beginning, though, I have to say. We had a lot to talk about, didn't we? So I did get kind of a little bit of a late start. And Carrie was reminding me, she's like, yeah, Lauren, didn't you say like you were going to do a whole album in about 4 hours? And we laughed about that because I think that video was actually 9 hours. Right. Oh, it was too long. So yeah, sometimes I go, well, let's just see what happens. Okay. So these are the first day of school. And so I'm using the back to school collection. And for this one, I thought this would be kind of fun to highlight each of the kids up at the top in their, we used to take a picture of them by the front door. Let me see, where's Eric? By the front door of the house. But I think for Eric, we took it by the front door of his school. Oh, here we go. And then I have these little photos that I did in 4x4s. So I kind of have this format, and I have these other photos that, again, I kind of want to use peekaboo pockets to highlight, like, this was me standing, and then this was me at school playing, right? And then this was too. Ellen, this was the year she started middle school. So I couldn't snap a picture of her on campus because it was one of those where like I had to drop her, then get the other kids, and you know how that goes. So I'll just have to do a story. Hers will not have a photo next to it. So what I thought would be fun is using this apple paper, and I'm going to cut this in half and use this as the base to kind of just go straight across the top. And let me get this. And that way I can just use one sheet of paper. I love the back of this paper. I mean, I think I could buy a pack of this if I could. I love this apple paper, but I love that notebook paper too. So we're going to just cut this in half. And now I have 2 big blocks of color to go across to highlight my kids. Now, I don't think that, it's because I'll be using peekaboo pockets. I want to use a little more detail for this. So I want to add another inch of paper so that these guys can kind of really stand out. So I'm going to take the like the school icon paper, and I'm just going to cut 2 strips of 1-inch paper, and that's just going to run across the top for this, just to give a little more background, I guess I could say. Oh, I've got to trim these down, don't I? Yes, got to trim those down. The 1/2 inch for my pages, since we're going horizontal. If we work vertical, we don't have to do that, right? But since we are horizontal on my older pages, I'm going to have to just trim that little 1/2 inch off. Okay, here. Okay, let's see here, 1/2 inch. And this one, 1/2 inch. Okay, so those should all fit nicely on my page now. Okay, let's go ahead and get those down. That's the first layer. Let me get my other adhesive and just get that nice wide block of color. I'm kind of hoping I'm putting this on straight. Okay, there we go. And our apple paper. Right here. There. And okay, got that. I may have to scoot that up now that I'm looking at this. I'm going to have to scoot that up to the top. Okay, one sec. One sec, because I got to get my 4x4s underneath here. Somehow I didn't quite get this trimmed exactly, so may have to edit that a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so now I've got where I can put this, and I've got my 4x4, plenty of room for these guys underneath. Okay, so let me trim that down here. And Ellen's going to go up here. This is going to be in a peekaboo pocket. And then these two get trimmed. Audrey always, it's so funny. This was one of her friend's dad. And it's like he did that double take of like, oh my gosh, she's tall. She was always like one of the tallest at school, especially for girls. And she would just always like, people would turn around and go, wow, she's tall. Or when, how did she grow so much over the summer? Kind of funny. But she's still a tall girl. She's 5'10". Okay, so I'm going to put that strip on there and then add my apple paper and get these guys set up. Just a fun little back to school setup for these. Okay, and then I've got Adam here. And in this collection, I love the back to school stuff. There's a lot of cute pieces that you can add in here. There's, I loved this one that actually said, back to the books. There's a little embellishment. Let me scooch that up. So I thought instead of having, because I don't have a photo for Ellen, we could do like a little title under for her. Okay, so on these, because there is this seam, what I want to do is just give these photos a little more emphasis. And typically, I don't take the time to mat all of these, but I also really love this pop of green. So I think on this one, I am going to just take and add a little bit of color to these guys. So just a 4, let's see, which way am I going to get the most out of this? Let me do it this way, 4.5. Here, and then 4.5 here. I might have to grab another piece of green. Let's see how that works. And this is going to be 6.5. And 6.5. So we can just kind of see how that's going to look here. Give a little pop with all this fun green. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Now this one is going to go in the peekaboo pocket. Let me get that. Yeah. Ruth's like, go Audrey, you're 5'11". I know, I love tall girls. I do. I just love tall girls. So fun. Okay, I'm going to put Adam in a peekaboo going this way. And so you can see, even in the peekaboo, we're going to be able to see that little green border, which is kind of fun. Okay. So we have that. So this is just kind of a really simple highlight type of layout where, you know, you've got some main photos that you want to have special, your main photos up here, and then all the other stuff is kind of the supporting details. Let me get that on here. I'm going to pull this in a little bit. I'm going to put Adam's backing here. There we go. So his is ready. So then I'm going to scoot Audrey over here and Eric. So then we have kind of this setup, and we have some area that we could always tuck in some things there. So, and you know, there are so many awesome embellishments to this pack. Oh, and I did tuck these in here because I thought this could be fun for, let me see, what color do I want to do? Yellow or red. We could use these fun tabs. Remember these primary tabs for the peekaboo pockets? Wouldn't that be fun? I don't know which color. I think I'll use yellow. Let me use yellow for Adam. So again, just like our tab punch, you know, that matches our tab punch exactly. So I think I'll put this down here. This will be kind of like the little tab to turn the peekaboo pocket. I've got to trim this and put it on paper. I just tucked it in there for now. Okay. So let me get this stuck down, but I love having these little tabs, and then that's where I would put my little sticker under here. Under here. Look under here. Okay. I'm not sure what I want to do with this back to basics yet. Maybe I want to, oh, back to the books. Maybe like that. But I do like this composition book matte card, just to add a little pop of color in here. And then not sure if I'll do back to the books, or maybe we'll do a little double thing. Oh, that's cute. Back to the books. There we go. Some layers. Sometimes we just need a few more layers when things are not looking right. Right? Let's see. I'm tilting. Okay, there. And again, we could do some more strip journaling in here and so on. But I think you guys can see this would be the next 2-page spread. Same thing, just rinse and repeat. I think I'm going to just skip that for now because of time commitments. But that's, again, the same formula, blocks of color, maybe add a little pop to those special key photos. But then these are just going to go, I'm going to add the green up there. And then these are just going to come right back down under here. And what's nice is there's going to be an area under these photos to be able to kind of tell a little story. So I made a note on my photo folder. Here's it. Here we go. That the first day of school for Highland Oaks and for Foothills Middle School was September 3rd. And then the first day for preschool for Eric was September 10th. So I can have that and write a little bit about, you know, like Ellen started middle school, Adam, and so on and so forth. So I can tell a little bit more about each of the kids under the pocket, right? So that's that. Okay, I know I'm cheating a little bit, but Carrie, is it okay? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to move on. All right, you get the idea. You don't need to watch me cut green paper and finish. I do have one extra photo here. This was, I was talking to the principal of the elementary school. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. That's just going to go back into the photo folder for now. And I may try to figure out how to add that to the layout, but you guys get the idea. And super easy, super fun. Okay, so there might be a few more things happening to that page, but that is the general setup. Blocks of color, grid format, and then finding a good place for those embellishments. Okay. That's the start of school layout. So I'm going to get all this tucked back in. I saved these little strips. Okay. So I'm going to have to, actually, I'll pop these back in my folder too, because I need to put the page protector on before I do those. Okay, so that's kind of, you can see what the base page is. I'll probably end up putting something cute over here too before I'm done. Okay, ta-da, done. We've got 6 pages. We did first day of school. You can see next is Halloween. And then after that is soccer and Audrey's birthday. But what I'm going to actually do is skip way ahead because I do have my album map done. So I'm going to do Halloween. This is going to be soccer. This is Audrey's birthday. This is Thanksgiving. This is getting our tree. This is getting the kids' pictures. And I'm skipping all the way to this one, which is Snow Day. And yes, you read that right, even though I'm in Southern California. But it was so fun looking back at these 2008 pictures because I could use snowy paper and stickers because we had a really super cold snap in December of 2008, and it actually snowed at the kids' grandparents' house. So they're up in the high desert, so they have a little more temperature change than we do. And there was a lot of snow. They were even able to make a snowman. So I don't get much chance to, unless we go specifically to be in snow, to take snow pictures. So I was all over it when I saw these photos. I'm like, I gotta scrap those. So I've got, again, some nice full-size photos. I've got one that I need to cut down to a 4x4. And I'm going to put that right there. And let's pop these over here. All this stuff. Snowflakes. Wonderland, winter, like bring it on, because I hardly ever get this opportunity for snow pictures. So I'm all over it. Let's do it. Okay. I've got a lot of 4x4s I want to just trim down. Oh yeah, I had a lot. We took a lot of photos. It was such an anomaly that this was happening. Okay. Any questions? For a few weird shaped photos and used washi tape to close. Yeah, I love, finding ways to use peekaboo pockets and a lot of different ways. I was debating, especially when I have 4x4s, I was debating whether I was going to trim it down or use it with the full 6. Like I would love like a 4-inch wide peekaboo pocket. Wouldn't that be fun? I could use that a lot, because I do love 4x4s, as you can see. Okay, so I've got another full size over here. Oh, I think I got all my trimming down. All right, so let me get all my scraps out of the way. And for this, okay, I was like, oh, I want to use like the fuzzy embellishments. There's all these fun flocked trees and all this. Like I just threw it all in my pouch, and we'll see how that how that comes out. And they have really beautiful snow icons and even little snow angels, which that's what Adam was doing right here, is being a snow angel. Okay, so the papers I chose, as now you can see my photos out. Again, I wanted some nice contrast to the papers and my photos. So I wanted a rich, deep color. So I picked out this dark blue with the pine boughs on it. I thought it might be fun to bring in the light blue. This is one that has snowflakes on it. And then I do kind of like this sweater or knit pattern, or the gray. And then my eye caught this tree paper too, but I'm not sure, I'm probably not going to put all 4 of these patterns on this page, but the one that really strikes me as a nice contrast to my photos is this one. So let's kind of get these pictures set up, and then I'll see, so this one will definitely have some blocks of color. Okay, now, what was I thinking with these? I'm going to have to do some peekaboo pockets, of course. So I think we're going to do, this might be kind of fun to do rolling, throwing, and like have a fun little trio peekaboo here, and maybe a fun little trio peekaboo here. So now I've just given myself so much more room, or actually this one I love, Eric's expression right there. So this one I could have under here, and Adam, and then the auntie. So now I've got kind of 2 little clusters for some peekaboo pockets, and now just kind of a lot more breathing room to add some color to this page. Okay, so what I'm seeing now, I'm seeing some horizontal again on this page. So I actually want to kind of take horizontal bands going across here and here, kind of repeating that across. So let's start with that. And those are going to be 4.5. And I'm going to have to trim off that little 1/2 inch also. So I'm going to cut 2 4.5-inch strips. Sorry, I'm off screen there a little bit, but you guys know your math. 4.5 and 4.5 here. And then I'm going to trim off my 1/2 inch since we're horizontal. I will get through all these old albums someday. Someday. So now I've got my bands of color going this way and pattern, and another band going over this way. Up here. Okay. Just like that. So now what I want to do is actually bring in another layer, and I think I'm going to just bring that down vertically to these horizontal pictures. And so what I'm going to do is going to come down this way. So I'm going to cut a 4.5 inch block of color to go down this way. And I'm going to tuck this behind, but then this one is going to rest right on top of that. And then that gives a nice little place to tuck in those. And then I want to bring some of this blue, and the nice thing, this paper is non-directional. So another trick that you see me do a lot is actually mat more than one photo at once, and just use a piece of paper like this to bring in that color, but I'm not going to go the whole distance. I'm just going to focus on these two photos. So I'm going to take these two and actually adhere them down to the paper. And then I'm just going to trim the mat around them. So that to me is kind of a fast way to mat photos instead of cutting each one individually. And it gives more of a block effect. And there's things that you can do with this block effect. Like you can keep it off balance. Like I can trim this here and then decide where I want that top edge. Like I don't have to make it equal all the way around. Does that make sense? I could keep this a little larger on the top because say, just for instance, I want to add a little strip or a border strip or a decorative strip across the top. That way it'll give me kind of a place to anchor that across the top. Does that make sense? Not that I'm going to do that here, but you get the idea. So if I wanted a longer block on one side, I could do that. But on this case, I'm just going to kind of see how this is going to fit. I think what I'm going to do is get this down first, and then I'm going to see how much I have left. So let me get this block in place. Get Adam down here. Love his big smiley face. And then I love that his grandma was tickling him, and they were both laughing so hard while he was trying to be a snow angel. So then I can see this here. Where'd my pencil go? Lost my pencil. So this one I can either join up with this paper here, so it actually might look like I have paper going under it, or I can give that little bit of reveal to this as well. Okay, so I think I'll do that. I can't find my pencil, so I'm just going to make a little fold on where to cut. So you can see this is a little bit bigger on top, but I like that because it's just going to match up to the very top of my page instead of having the black. I mean, that's another look. You can definitely do that, but sometimes I like it to feel like it's going up across the top. Just personal preference. Okay, so I'm going to line this block right up against the top of the page right here. There we go. Might have to move this up just a smidge. There we go. Okay. So on here, I'm going to start with the blue paper on the bottom. Again, blocks of color. Top to bottom here. Then my band that goes across this way. And even though I'm pretty much repeating the same thing, blocks, bands, you know, cutting these things like this, I think all of these layouts look different because the photos and the papers and the collections are different. So let me add Ellen in right here, and let's see, what did I have up there? Oh, I think I had Eric. Oh, I had those flipped. That's okay. I like it here too. This way, Eric's kind of looking into the page this way. Okay, so then we have these that are going to go in peekaboos. And then I can go ahead and adhere this one down because the peekaboo is going to go on top once I put the page protector on. Okay, so these two are going to go on. Then I'll do a little flip up, and then this one can go on the page. Again, and then the two extra photos are going to go up right there. Okay, so that's kind of the base. That I've got my blocks here, a little touch of that lighter blue. I didn't really get into the knit, although I could add that kind of in this area if I wanted to add a little bit more color. But I think what I want to do is kind of look at the embellishments and see if there's something in these flocked embellishments that I just want to use. I really like the trees and the snowflakes. And there's also some great embellishments in here. This one says Wonderland, and then there's some, oh, look at this, Frosty Fun, and some trees. Oh yeah, this is cute. Frosty Fun. So let's take a look. Adding, where's Frosty Fun? Here it is. And then I like these, maybe some more snowflakes up in that area. I think these are for next time. And oh, I thought this was kind of cute too. The little hat and mittens. Maybe we'll add something like that. And you know, I'm going to have to go grab my layering shapes, especially to make this title right here pop. Okay. So I'm just really wanting to use these flocked embellishments. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put the snowflakes down here, but of course I am stuck with the short page. So I think what I'm going to do is snip it right here, because this cluster is actually going to cover this edge. And then I have this kind of cool snowflake. I could just trim this off. And maybe I'll put one of the flock snowflakes up there, because I kind of like this tree cluster. Let me get the snowflakes down. Whoops! Ah! Yikes! Guys, the gremlins are in here again. They're getting my stuff, you guys. Ah. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. Put this back together. All right. Did I get that down? Nope, I didn't get that on the page yet. So now those trees are just going to cover up that cut snowflake. I'm not sure I need that blue one. I might use this, and I need a rectangle for that. Okay. Sometimes the longest decision making is which rectangle to use, right? That's kind of cute. I have so many in my stash now. Oh, I like a stitched one. Is that one big enough? Let's see. Almost. Oh, maybe this. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Perfect. Frosty fun right there. Okay. And then add that. Separation. And where's this little guy going to go? I haven't popped out my foam squares yet, have I? Maybe this is going to be the chance to do that. I think I keep scooting it down because I really like these trees. There, I like that. Okay. Oop. Right here. Frosty fun. This guy is going to need to go on a little bit of foam tape. And pop that up right here. All right, so with a few quick little additions, I'm just going to pop these on with some repo to pull these into place. I think I like this dark blue one over here. And I really, where's that? Oh, I love the flocked one. Okay, I think I put that on a little crooked. Let me get some. Actually, I want this big blue one in there too. Tuck that right in there. Here. And what I put? I still have my other pouch out. I do. I've got some circles here. And I could do, no, nope, that's not working. There, let's see. I think I just need something a little bigger. If I have one ready, maybe this guy. I might have to work on that, but not quite big enough. Arr! I'm getting low on my circles. Oh, let's see. Maybe there's one in here. Here. There we go. Okay. So I've got some mittens. We're going to just do a little clustering here, see what happens. The mittens are going to go like that. Maybe we'll put that on there. And it kind of fills in this whole little area here with some snow. I feel like I need another word right there, so I think I'll save that and find something on the sticker sheet. There's so many cute things we can pull in here. Let's see, what does it say? Oh, snow day. How about that? Snow day. There we go. Snow day, frosty fun. And another 2 pages. Done. So that was a rhyme, you guys. How about that? Snow days, frosty fun, and another 2 pages are done. Okay, I'm getting a little punchy now. Yes, so that's 8 pages. And you guys, if I can get another 2 pages done in 15 minutes, I will have done 10 pages in 2 hours. Okay, so how about that? You want to see? Let's see if we can do it. Let's at least get the blocks down. How about that? Okay. Are you guys ready? I got to clean up. My last 2 pages are actually kind of fun. And there's oh, look at all these cute little, there's so many cute things I could add. I may have to come back and look at that sticker sheet, but we're getting our basic decisions down first. And I so find that helps is really just getting the base decisions made. And then you can always come back and add all those little special touches that you want to do to your pages, right? Okay, so ta-da, snow day. I've got those done. The next one I'm going to do was this really fun trip. Well, it wasn't a trip, a little, oh, I've got to, let me tuck those in because I've got to put those in peekaboos and add them. This little outing, it was more of an outing we took to my husband's work. And it was on New Year's Eve, and the kids wanted, so you can bring families. We didn't do it every year, but this year we happened to bring the kids downtown. My husband worked in downtown. That's where we met. And we both worked in the same building. And we just happened to have some great pictures. Like it was a beautiful, the lighting was just gorgeous this day. And I mean, look at that photo. Isn't that awesome? I mean, I thought, okay, I'm doing a 2-page spread because I love these pictures. I love these pictures. And actually there's a good one of my hubby and I, which when does that happen, right? And just so many fun photos of the girls and Eric and Adam and all the kids. So that to me deserved a whole spread of itself because I loved the photos. And because I had done my album map, I knew that I had the space in my album. It wasn't going to push me over the top. So I went back. I kind of was looking in the photos. There's this beautiful big container of poinsettias right here. And excuse me. And so I thought, oh, which collection had those really fun, or had a lot of poinsettias? And actually there were a couple. Joy to the World, which is what I'm using. And there were some, this has more whimsical poinsettias, Joy to the World. And then what's the other one? Oops, I forgot to hold that. Has poinsettias, but they are, it's from 2 collections ago. They're more, I don't know, traditional looking, I guess. Not whimsical. And I kind of wanted whimsical to go with this layout. So I went in and pulled out my Joy to the World collection. So you can see here's those poinsettia strips. And I thought, oh, those would just kind of set the whole mood for this layout. And I do happen to have 2 of them. And these are double-sided. I like the red because of the red up there. And so that was kind of where I wanted to start with this layout. The other thing is, so this was, some of you have been following me a while. Remember, I had a flood in my basement. So much of my Joy to the World, this is one of the collections that was sitting on the floor. I had to chop, and so I have all these little strips that weren't ruined, but I thought, well, maybe I can do something here with some of these blocks of color. But I also really love this green kind of floral print paper. So for this one, I think what I'm going to do is start with these photos. I really want to focus here, and let me get a big block of color first under those. And then we'll maybe add some interest with some of these other patterns. Okay, so I'm going to actually go a little wider. I'm going to go 6 3/4 instead of 6 1/2, just to give a little more color behind these photos, because that's going to be kind of the big color block here. So that's 6 3/4, but these are 4 by 6 photos, but it still gives me room over here for these other photos. And then over here, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. This is not, don't know exactly how I'm going to put all these in here, but move these guys around. I don't know, but I do want to highlight, I think I'm going to put Eric back up here. I do want to highlight this strip. So let's see what color I can add in there to go that way. And there's a really beautiful navy in this collection. There's this dot. Let's see. There's more green. I love this plaid. I'm so into plaid. That might actually be cute to go under here. And let's see, what else do we have? We have these berries. That's kind of too similar to this. We have some trees. I think I'm actually kind of leaning towards the blue. And just to add a little bit of balance up there. I like the red also, but the red in here, I think it was really just the stripes. Let me see. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to go with the blue. Let's try the blue. Oh, and here's some more paper. Here's some more of this paper. So there's this nice tan too, but it is the very same pattern. Oh, I have that. I think I'm still into the blue. This had some really gorgeous textures, didn't it, in this collection? I think it's sold out. I think I might still have a few in the shop of this, but actually I think I'm going to switch, because I really love this black down here. This is a nice neutral. I'm going to bring this neutral across, and so I'm going to go with the neutral, the tan, and I'm going to use this side. So we're going to go with, I'm going to do 4 3/4 again. I'm going a little bit bigger than my usual background. So you can see I, vary things up some from time to time. And then that's just going to go again here. Oh, I forgot. Trim off the edge. 3/4 here. Okay. This is the all-night scrappa. This is like a Friday night scrapbooking. Remember, I would stay up so late with my peeps on Friday nights when I had workshops at my house, and oh yeah, we would stay up, burn the midnight oil. Okay, I'm just gonna, this strip that I have left, I see it is not cut straight, so I need to straighten this out, and then I'm just going to cut this in half. I'm not even sure. It's an odd measurement, so I'm just going to cut it straight in half. There we go. And this is just a fun little whimsical background for these poinsettias. Oh, and I keep forgetting. Gotta trim that off too. These short pages. Oh dear. Okay. Here we go. Pop this on here, just like that. This on here, just like that. I've got my bit of color up here. And I think what I'm going to do is trim this down to a 4x4. I had it printed at a 4x6, but the layout is really just screaming for another 4x4 to fit right in here. And then I'm going to trim this down to a 3.5. And now I've got, oh shoot, that's right. That's why I'm always trimming that extra 1/4 inch off, because these pages are short, right? So now I can do that. Let me trim just a 1/4 inch off of this. On 12x12s, we've got no problem. We've got that extra 1/2 inch. Okay, so now I've got these just floating really nicely right in there. Okay, so there might be a little opportunity to add some, oh, there's the red. Oh, that is pretty. I think it's a little much. I might just add red with embellishments. I do feel like there needs to be some red up there, but there's plenty of embellishments. And this was from the Mary Blooms ornament, which I thought, oh, we might find some fun little additions in here too. See, look at that. Just add a little bit of red right like that. Okay, so you guys get it. I'm not going to spend all the time to stick everything down, but basically that is the layout for the page, because I'm going to have to trim these 12-inch borders down. But ta-da, done. 10 pages. It is 7:27. That is in 2 hours, my friends. And we did it. We did it. Okay. And I know I didn't finish properly, but we're going to call it close, because we did some chit chat in between as well. So are you guys, after seeing 5 2-page spreads in the manner which, you know, I used to scrap like this all the time, and I really did make a lot of progress on my albums. Are you getting the hang of it? Is it something you might like to try? Do you enjoy these simple pages? The reason I'm asking is because if you enjoyed seeing this, if you'd like to do more, then I am going to invite you to do my album in a day part 2. And what we're going to do is 2 workshops where we're going to just do this simple type of layouts, and we're going to use blocks of color, simple formulas just like this, and really focus on getting pages done. So you're going to have to leave the sketchbooks at home. You're going to have to leave all the fancy stuff. Not to say we can't come back to that, because if you've seen what I'm working on in my 2003 book, it's very much more sketch dominate, you know, a lot more, I guess you might say, effort is in the pages. But this also is truly a way to complete albums and to have just, you know, it's still to me very appealing and, you know, a really nice way of creating pages, and just adding, you know, little finishing touches in the corners, but really focusing more on your photos is what I love about this process. Okay, so Kathy, welcome. I know you just got here. No worries. There is a lot to rewatch. Okay, so how, if you like that idea, let me go back to the screen share and just kind of show you under classes. It is now Album in a Day Part 2. And you can read here, we are going to do basically 2 2.5 hour workshop. So that's 5 hours. So that comes out to less than $10 an hour for the workshop. And I don't know, Carrie, if you're still here, if I can say, but Carrie has agreed to kind of help. If you've done Album in a Day Part 1, you know she was so much fun to have as my hilarious co-host. And so Carrie's going to come back for Album in a Day Part 2, and we are hoping if the stars align, right, Carrie? If the stars align, if you're still here, if the stars align and everything goes to plan, we are going to do a kickoff on March 16th, because if all things go to plan, Carrie will be here in my craft room. Yes, you heard that right. So we will do Friday Night Scrapbooking together, and we will do the kickoff for Album in a Day Part 2. So that's just a bonus to the 5 hours of scrapping together. So if you really are intrigued with this process and you want more of it, it's a no frills, let's get our pages done type of workshop. It will be recorded and saved in the classroom, so you can go back and rewatch that as much as you want. But I will be doing the workshop live those 2 different Saturdays in March, at the end of March. Yes. Okay. So there's that. Let me come back. I see I'm missing some questions. So one moment, please. All right, hold on. Oh, can I also just remind you, since we're wrapping things up, Pop Crop is next Saturday, February 10th. So in case you would like to join, set your reminder. If you haven't joined my community, you can check that out on my website under Join Pop Crops. Okay, and just another quick reminder that there's International Shipping Day coming February 24th, just so you have that. And I'm back. Whew! Do you see the sweat on my brow? We did a lot of scrapping, 10 pages. I feel good. Okay. Let's see. Any questions? Annette has a topic idea: how to resize via resealing the peekaboo pockets if they need to be trimmed. I know there's kind of here's one thing, you guys. Kylie Kingham, you know, my buddy Kylie from Down Under, has a video on how to use the heat tool, and I've used that. Actually, Kathy, I know, who just popped on, we've talked about using that together. You can use that to reseal the peekaboo pockets, but Kylie has a video on it already. Check out her channel, and I don't remember the name of it, but she shows you exactly how to trim a peekaboo and reseal it. It might be I think she even put like sprinkles and things in her peekaboo pocket. She had so much fun. So yeah. Okay. So, and I love that. Yes, Sandy, use the album map, and exactly. I was able to skip ahead to the pictures that I had ready and printed, and so I could get those directly into my album and scrap that way. So we'll be talking more about that during the Pop Crop. Okay. And all that good stuff. So, any other questions? Let me see. A horizontal 6x12 peekaboo. Yes, Sherry, I actually have a video on that. It's under my scrapbooking basics, where I did a horizontal layout. I actually put 2 horizontal peekaboos across the entire 2 pages. That will only work in the newer size album, and it works the best with the top loading sleeves. I'll just say that. So you couldn't actually do horizontal, but you could cut it and then seal it. So all kinds of different ideas there. Okay. The fuse tool. Yeah. Okay. I think you guys got that. Check out Kylie's video. She did a great video on using the fuse tool. Okay. Any other question? Oh my goodness. Where am I? I'm totally in the wrong place on the chat. Okay. Yes, the fuse, very worthwhile. Yeah, fuse worked great. Yeah, Kathy was saying the fuse worked great. So, yeah, she had this very special card that she wanted to fit perfectly in the peekaboo pocket, and so we talked about how to do that. Awesome. So go check out Kylie. She will show you how to do that. She's so clever. She has all that fun stuff on her channel too. Okay. So any other questions? If I missed it, just drop a comment for me. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed a longer format, I would love your thumbs up. Thank you so much to all of those of you who've already done that. And that means so much to me. And if you're watching this on replay, definitely leave those comments in the video, and let me know your thoughts, and hopefully I can come back, and if I missed anybody's question, I can answer that too. Okay, we did it. Woo, that was a long one, friends, but I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will see all of you, my pop stars, at the Pop Crop on Saturday, a week from tomorrow. And you'll see me popping in and out on my social media channels. So just stay tuned for all that good stuff. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you again soon. And don't forget to take some time to craft your joy. Bye for now.